light of the new Transformers Rise of the Beasts movie, I'm taking a look at the Transformers Rise of the Beasts Optimus Primal roleplay mask. Yeah, this is a thing. This is an actual thing. I did a video on it a while back whenever it was first announced, but now it is physically in my possession. So let's take a look at it, shall we? The packaging for this guy is very Transformers Rise of the Beastie-ish packaging. You got all your hieroglyphs and stuff in the background and everything. You got some product pictures. You got Optimus Primal here on the side, and then you get a picture of a kid who I am convinced does not want to be promoting this product. I mean, look at that smile.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Come around to the top here, we got Optimus Primal in gorilla mode, and then the kid wearing the mask. And we come around to the back here, and we get your... Wow, okay. My light just decided to give up on life. Anyway, you get your 2-in-1 picture here. You got Optimus Primal in his mask mode, then in his robot mode, then 12-step conversion, which, honestly, I was expecting something a little bit more complex, but, you know, there you have that. And then he does come with his new instruction manuals for the Rise of the Beast line, so we do actually get new instructions and everything, which is nice. They're very easy to kind of look at, bright colors and everything, which is really nice, so there's that if you're interested. Most aren't, so let's get to the main point of this review. And so now for the main event, let's bring Optimus Primal back out in front of the camera in his mask mode. And I mean, it's definitely Optimus Primal. It's a unique concept here. The surface detailing is quite nice. Obviously, it's got a lot going on here physically that we can see. And it's got a few paint applications here and there. I like the Maximal logo there on the forehead. And then we get some brown paint for like fur texturing and everything else, which looks nice. It looks good. You got some blue there on the chin. The frown is quite intense there, we can see. But, you know, overall, surface, you know, you get what you see here. And I mean, it looks good, it looks cool. Flipping around to the back here, we can see we got these elastic bands, which are nice. And then we can kind of get a good look of what's going on here for the interior. And we get like a little rubber nose piece for comfort, if that's something you consider with this mask. The rest of everything else is plastic. It is 110% plastic. This is the only rubberized piece. So I know the next thing y'all are probably going to want to see is somebody wearing it.
Not today.
So the transformation itself is pretty straightforward and easy to follow. I have to say the bands folding up into the chest is the most annoying thing to go through, but then there's this. Yeah, that's a very unique sound for a ratchet joint, but we're going to roll with it, and like I said, the rest of the transformation is easy going and easy to follow.
So the robot mode that we end up with here works quite well, honestly, but clearly it is definitely not incredibly accurate to the movie. It's not like Studio Series level accurate or anything. But given the fact that it just transformed from a bull-like shape into a physical robot, I honestly think they did a really good job engineering it. If we flip it around to the back here, we can definitely see there are some consequences to having such a unique transformation. We have these back panels here, and the legs are completely hollow, but all the joints being pretty tight make up for it, but then are also kind of a downfall to it as well, which I'll get into that here in a little bit. But if we take a look at the details here, we can see that a majority of this is carried over from the mask mode. We can see here that the shins are literally just the mask mode chins separated. Chins, the mask mode chins. Chinchilla. You can see the thighs here painted and detailed quite nicely. Obviously, again, not anything too intense. And then the chest is the forehead of the gorilla mode. And then we get a good view of the Optimus Primal head, which is definitely Optimus Primal, but it's not really representing what we saw in the movie at all. But then for whatever reason, I get football helmet aesthetics from it. I do not know why, but I just look at it and it automatically reminds me of a football helmet. I don't know if it's the open mouth guard or if it's the coloring. I don't know. There's just something about it that makes me think, football helmet. But, you know, there's that, and then we can see all these details carry over. We get some fur texturing on the arm, and then the fist is, you know, molded and detailed in blue, which, you know, I think black would have worked a little bit better, but that's fine too. But articulation. This guy has some. So we can see that the head has some amazing movement. We don't have any left and right. That is amateur type stuff. We do have some downward head movement and then stationary head movement, which is really, really good. We have some forward movement and backward movement. No full 360. Again, that's amateur work. And then we do get some outward movement at the arm, which is really, really nice. The elbows are on ball joints, so you get, squeaky rotation, which is interesting, and then you do get some elbow bend, which the elbows are at such an odd shape to where it looks like it's like naturally swooping in. So, I mean, there is that to think about. The wrists actually rotate, which surprised me. You know, I was not expecting that, but it is a nice part of articulation that I really just wasn't expecting. We do have waist rotation as well. Very loud ratchet joints. Ball joints in the hips, so you get all sorts of movement there, and then obviously you get a little bit of thigh rotation from the ball joint, and then you get a ratchet in the knees, which, you know, is pretty good. But this leg, as we can see, is quite loose on mine and makes some very unsettling sounds. Then we do get a ball joint at the foot, which quite honestly comes off very, very easily. So when you're trying to pose it, and they're incredibly stiff too, like the ball joints in the feet are super tight. So when you're trying to, you know, get them up on the shelf or whatever, you know, it can be a little bit difficult. You really have to work around the feet, but there you have the articulation. So there you have it, the Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal roleplay mask. Not a bad figure. This is probably going to be my thumbnail right there. Anyway, obviously this is targeted towards kids and younger collectors, so this is more of a novelty item to me than anything. But, I mean, for what it is pretty cool, and I will give it kudos for being a Transformers mask. Like, that is the first time I've ever seen something like this done, and the way it was executed, while obviously far from perfect, it is pretty cool. It is a definitely unique design and unique idea, but that's all I really have to say about it. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If so, be sure to leave a like, comment what you think of the Optimus Primal roleplay mask in the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video from my channel. That's all from me, Champion Productions, signing off.